but I think it will be okay for me. Well, okay, just for have 2 minutes. Well, now here you can be here. So let's move to it. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michael Sidavadi Santa, and I am here with you to welcome to you my channel, Sheikh Afghan Jelebi Michael Sidavadi Santa. And now you are watching a that live stream, and now today we are roasting Major Khushboo Patani in the topic of the clarification of Namard. Well, recently I have checked a short video where Khushboo Patani clarifying her reason that why she said all disciple of Anirudh Acharya ji as Namard, all the Namard. Here is the mean. Well, okay, and all of you would know, but if there is any person that who would does not know that what would happen. Well, here we can say that Khushboo Patani, well, Anirudh Acharya ji and Premanand Maharaj ji say some harsh reality about the circumstance of living relationship status of a woman. Well, and particularly both of Anirudh Acharya ji and Premanand Maharaj ji trying to saying is that how several 96% of women lost their loyalty in the living relationship, and as a reply our formal Indian measure Khushboo Patani says that all the disciples of Premanand Maharaj ji and Khushboo, well, Anirudh Acharya ji is Namard. And here, and as an effect, when every persons are angry on Khushboo Patani, well, and as a reply, Khushboo Patani clarifying herself that why she has to say that all the Namard word, phrase. Okay. But the problem is that as her clarifications, Khushboo Patani say that, well, when a man cannot protect her wife, a man cannot protect her daughter, a man cannot protect her, well, when a man cannot protect his wife, a man cannot protect his daughter, a man cannot protect his sister, some of us would, the man would be clarified as a Namard. And therefore, as a clarifications, I would realize that accordance with Khushboo Patani, the disciple of Anirudh Acharya could not protect his mother, his wife, his daughter and his sister from the torture person or the person who can attempt persecution on the women's family women. But here, I don't know why, but I would like to say that here some things are misconceptions. Well, I don't want to talk about mothers because we are born from our mother arms and our father's sperm. Okay, now we are talking. Now we are roasting Khushboo Patani in the point of sister and daughter. Okay, but now here in this title, now we would talk about the sisters, the relations between brother and sister. Okay. Well, and now just for 2 minutes. Well, here we can say that here is the topic between a Khushboo Patani versus educational scene. That means now we are talking as the educational purpose. Here the sister is feminist major Khushboo Patani and the brother is, in the story, the brother is nationalist major Gaurav Arya. Okay. And now here we can see the points. Okay. Now here we can see the when sister Khushboo Patani wants to learn math, what is the points? She learned the math where mathematical problem is x plus y equal to 6, x minus y equal to 2. Now the addition between equation 0, equation 0 and equation 1, we got 2x equal to 8, that means x equal to 4. And the subtraction between the equation 0 and equation 1, that is 2y equal to 4 and that means y equal to 2. It is sister's math learning. But now I want to talk about what is the brother's math learning. Okay. Now here brother's math learning is 5 to the power 3 multiple pi square root x enter subtract by 6 to the power enter up bracket of 3 multiple by square root y enter brackets close equal to 7. It is the first equation. And the second equation is 5 to the power square root x enter multiple by 6 to the power square root y enter equal to 9. And now this is the equation 1. And from the equation 1 now we called a new temporary two variables. Well, here 5 to the power square root x is Netanyahu. Here Netanyahu as a variable. And Donald Trump is another variable where 6 to the power square root y is Donald Trump. And now from the equation 1 we got that Netanyahu is equal to 9 divided by Donald Trump. And what is the equation 0? Accordance with equation 0 we can get, well, Netanyahu cube subtract by Donald Trump cube equal to 7. Okay. Now, as imply of equation 3, Here we can see as 729 subtract by Donald Trump to the power 6 equal to 7 multiplied by Donald Trump cube. Okay, now here we can get Donald Trump to the power 6 plus 7 multiplied by Donald Trump cube equal to minus 729 equal to 0. And as the quadrations, here we can see we can got Donald Trump's the value of Donald Trump, and now we can contains the value of y, that is ln of negative 7 bracket of negative 7 plus minus square root 49 square root over 49 subtract by 2916 double enter divided by 2 to the power 1 by third, first nominand divided by dominance is ln 6 and enter variable to square, that is y, the value of y. And now as a equation 1 we know that value of Donald Trump, and now we know the value of Netanyahu. Okay, and now we know the value of x. Okay, well, and now here is the points, and the points is that, in the story where Sister Khushboo Patani tries to learn the mathematics of where she wants to learn only the two equations, only the level of mathematics, where the level is x plus y equal to m and x minus y equal to n. The x plus y equal to 6 and x minus y equal to 2. This type of this level of mathematics Sister Khushboo Patani wants to learn at class 6. But on the other hand, now that is the Sister Khushboo Patani's. But now, what is the brother Major Gaurav Arya? When he is a student of class 6, the 6th standard, he wants to learn a level of mathematics. And what is the level of mathematics? That is 5 to the power bracket of 3 multiplied by square root x, enter subtract by 6 to the power bracket of 3 multiplied by square root y, enter equal to 7. That is the first equation. And what is the second equation? Well, the second equation is that 5 to the power square root x multiplied by 6 to the power square root y equal to 9. Well, that is the educational mathematical educational level difference between Sister Khushboo Patani versus brother Gaurav Arya. While both of them are students of class 6. And here is the points. Okay, and here we can see that is the reason that why brother should not protect his sister. Okay, let me demonstrate myself as a brother. Well, I have my sisters. Okay, in the demonstrations, well, I am a student of sixth standard in school. Well, what would I learn? I would learn, okay, mathematics where the equation is, well, 5 to the power square root x negative, 5 to the power square root x subtract by 6 to the power enter of 2 multiplied by square root y enter equal to 7. Oh, this is a double equation. I would change. Well, as a brother and as a boy student of class 6, well, what would I learn? I would learn a mathematics where the mathematical problem is 5 to the power square root x enter subtract by 5 to the power enter of 5 to the power bracket of 2 multiplied by square root x enter equal to 6. Well, here I would learn that, and here well, in the points I can apply the logarithm theory and the quadratic equational theory I can learn. But well, when my sister would study in same class as I am a boy student would be studying at 6th standard. Well, what would my sister learn mathematics? She would learn x plus 6 equal to 9 minus x. That is what she would learn. And that is the problem that we are facing. And here I have a question that why would I protect my sisters? Okay. And now here is Anika. Well, now she is angry, so I understand. Because this times, well, some of women are commenting here some negative because I am roasting her favorite celebrity, Major Khushboo Patani. But that is true. Well, now I am back to my questions, and now my question is, when I, a boy student, would learn a mathematical problem solution, where the problem is 5 to the power square root x enter subtract by 5 to the power in bracket of 2 multiplied by square root x enter equal to 6. And when my sister would learn x plus 6 equal to 9 minus x, then then why would I protect my sisters? Because here the problem I am facing that, well, mathematical point is a crystal unmatured. Sister and I, a boy student's mathematical point is a mature point. Well, and as a job market, well, we know that mathematics is a point here we can develop our skill to work. Well, without mathematics, here is no idea that how can I farm the wheat or from the crops. There is no idea without basic mathematics. Okay. Now, in general, here is a job market. In South, I am talking about in South Asia. Well, in job market, here we can say in job markets here. Well, job market question would be following that. Our job market question would be like that: 5 to the power square x negative. 5 to the power square x enter subtract by 5 to the power bracket of 2 multiplied by square root x bracket close enter equal to 15. 23. Okay, and here that is my point that I would express myself to I can solve it with the quadratic equations and the logarithm equations. Well, that is necessary in the job markets. Well, because our job market purpose is that recruit as a high skilled employee, and these mathematical questions I have mentioned recently is the level of skill. Well, and now on the other hand, my sisters can answer the questions, mathematical questions, where the mathematical question is x plus 6 equal to 9 minus x. And now in India or in Pakistan or in Bangladesh, well, here we can face that in this circumstance, well, my sister can get job while she can answer the mathematical questions where the question was x plus 6 equal to 9 minus x. On the other hand, I, a boy candidate, can answer 5 to the power square root x enter subtract by 5 to the power 2 square root x enter equal to 23. Still, I could not get any job, and in this corruption level, in the big large, in the point of the largest point, and here is the question that when my sisters with a low mathematical knowledge can get job, when I brother with a high mathematical knowledge cannot get a job, then why would I protect my sisters? When my sister is the enemy of my employment. That is the points. Okay. Well, now here it is the topic of algebra. Okay. Now here here I can say the topic of some points. Well, here I can say the several topic of the mathematical points that I am encountering. Just for a moment. Okay, and here the and here we can say now we are talking about the mathematics points and algebra points. Okay. Now we would like to talk about the real world examples. It would be for some late points. Okay. Just for a moment. Here we can see just for well oh at least one would like, but I don't know that well why my female assistant is angry. Well, here, okay. Now here I am focusing on only on the points. Well. Okay. And here, as we can say, here it is this channel of Super Academies. And now, here we can say, well, now let's see about the visit points. Well, okay. Here, here is the point x plus 9 enter to the power 4 enter addition by x plus 11 enter to the power 4 enter equal to 706. It is the points. And I know that the math problem that throw 99% of MIT students out of balance. Here are some of sets. Okay. Here you can say that, well, just for a moment. Okay. Well, now here a problem is that 3 to the power x enter subtract by 3 to the power y equal to 3 is the first equation. And what is the second equation? The second equation is that 3 to the power x plus y enter equal to 3. And you can say that, well, Here is just a moment. Well, and this is the level of questions. Well, but here we can see that we, the boy students, can answer the questions easily, and because it is our question, it is our favorite questions. Well, as our favorite questions here, as a boy student, so we can say from the equation 1, so here is, that is 3 to the power x plus y equal to 3. And from that we can say 3 to the power y is equal to 3 divided by 3 to the power x. Okay. And now here we can say, well, and for the equation number 0, we can say that 3 subtract by 3 to the power 2y equal to 3. That means here 3 to the power 2y is equal to 0. And you can say, well, now here it is almost impossible to square root 0, because square root 0 is 0 divided by 0. And sometimes here this is almost impossible to divide some numbers by 0. But when here is 0 is squared is 0 multiplied by 0, and when 0 multiplied by 0, that can be 0. Here we can say 3 to the power y is equal to 0 here as point. But the problem is here what is the value of y? Well, as we can say, the value of y is 3 ln 0 divided by ln 3. And now here is some problematics, because here we can say ln 0 is ln 0 is 1 in negative infinity. That means 10 to the power negative infinity. Okay, and when we can, that is the value of 0. Well, and here we can, that is value of ln 0 or value of 0. But now here, what is the value of ln 0? Okay. Well, ln less than 1 is always the negative, because ln 1 is equal to 0. That means ln 0 is negative 10 to the power infinity. Okay. Now let's back to the equations. Well, what is that? 3 to the power x is equal to 3 divided by 3 to the power y. Okay, when 3 to the power y is, we know that that is 0. But sometimes here we can say there is impossible to divide any number by 0. But what is 3 to the power ln x? What is I apologize. Well, what is value of x? Well, x ln 3 is equal to, well, ln 3 subtract by ln 0. Okay. Again, we know that the value of ln 0 is negative 10 to the power infinity. Okay. And here x is equal to bracket of ln 3 subtract by negative 10 to the power infinity. Well, bracket close, divided by, well, ln 3. It is the points. And this level of mathematics, we boy can solve this. But what about our sister? Well, our sister is a girl. When our sister is a girl, well, they cannot solve this type of problems, well, where I have mentioned. Okay? Well, our sister cannot solve this type of the questions that we boys can solve. But the irony is that in South Asia, well, our sister who cannot solve this type of mathematical problem, they can be employed. But we brother who can solve this type of mathematics, they are suffering the unemployments. And that is the joke we are facing. Okay? Well, and here we can see, okay. Now here is the points. Now here is another mathematics. Well, the another mathematics we are facing that. Okay. But now here we have a 5 seconds. Okay. Well, here we are facing the points. Well, here 5 to the power square root x subtract by 5 to the power square root y is equal to 600. Well, and now here is a point that how we boys can solve verbally. Okay. Well, now let's see that how we boys can solve it. Okay. Let's consider square root y is n and the square root x is n plus k. Okay. And now square root. Now the equations is, well, square root 5 to the power n plus k into subtract by square root 5 to the power n is equal to 600. Okay. And now here that we can face, well, now let's factorize of 600. Well, 600 is 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 24 or 25 multiplied by 4. Okay. Now the multiplication of 4 and 2 is 8. and the multiplications of 3 and 8 is 24. That means here we can find 5 square root 5 to the power n plus k into subtract by square root 5 to the power n is equal to 25 multiplied by 24. Okay. And now here we can say let's factorize of square root n. Well, now at the left hand side we can find square root 5 to the power n multiplied by bracket of square root 5 to the power k into subtract by 1 bracket close. Enter equal to 25 multiplied by 24. Where we can say that 5 to the power n, square root 5 to the power n is 25. Okay. And now here, that means here 5 to the power n is equal to 625. That means n is equal to 4. And it is clear. Now, on the other hand, it is case number 0. And case number 1, we can find that 5 to the power, root 5 to the power k into subtract by 1 enter equal to 24. That means root 5 to the power k is equal to 25. And here we can feel that here we can face 5 to the power k is equal to 65, and that means here k is the value of k is 4. Now the value of the summation of n plus k is equal to 8. Okay. Now n is square root y. That means the value of y is 16. On the other hand, square root x is considered as n plus k. Well, and we know that n plus k is equal to the summation of n and k is equal to 8. That means the value of 8 is 64. Well, that's how we can find something. Well, and as that is the point that we boy students can solve the questions. But on the other hand, our sister is girl student, but she cannot solve she cannot solve the mathematical questions. But the irony is that our sister cannot solve that what is value of x and y, where the mathematical equation is root 5 to the power square root 5 to the power square root x into subtract by square root 5 to the power square root y is equal to 600. And we brother can solve. Still in South Asia our sister get employment, but we brother remains unemployed. Now but Khushboo Patani wants that we would protect our we brothers should protect our sisters. And then, when you can get employment without your knowledge, without your education, and without your skills, you are feeling like that. You would spend your life as a fantasy life. You would not like to spend your life as a real life. And here the point is that some of the girls with employment, without skill and without knowledge, they want to have a relationship with a six boyfriend as a living relationship. Okay. They wish six boyfriend as living relationship, not a one boyfriend. Well, now when our Anirudh Acharya ji said against the points living relation problems where the girlfriend is employed without skill and without education. Khushboo Patani says the disciple of Anirudh Acharya ji is Namard. And the clarification of Namard, Khushboo Patani says that disciples were those brothers who does not want to protect their sisters. Just for 2 minutes, I would be back for Islamic Adhan answer. Okay. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna sayyidullah, ashhadu anna sayyidullah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Okay. Okay. Here. And now, that is the point. As a clarification of Anirudh Acharya ji, and Premanand Maharaj ji, he had said that they are calling out any person, humans. They can be evil women or they can be evil men. The women with 6 boyfriends in 6 living relationship is evil women. And on the other hand, a man with 6 girlfriends and in a 6 living relationship is an evil man. That is the reply. That was the reply of Anirudh Acharya. But here, as the reply of Khushboo Patani, it is not clarification for me, because here a man who can get employment, mostly the chance is that he know the mathematical, he know how to solve the value of x and y where the mathematical equations is well square root 5 to the power square root x enter subtract by square root 5 to the power square root y is equal to 600. He when he can get employments, well, he has a knowledge, he has a education, and now he would focus that how his company would get a maximum profit with high quality of products. He would work on it. Well, he would work on it. Well, he would spend 20 years, I mean the 240 months. Oh, 20 years is low. Okay, 480 months he would spend that how to stand his company in a high profit with high quality of products. He would work on it. And in the points, it is the probability that the man could not get any girlfriends. Not only girlfriends. Well, even the boy is a gay, it is probable that it is 60% probability that he could not get any boyfriends. It is 60% probability. Because, in that romantic relationship, here some of the when we get romance with someone, we are out of the logic that how can we deal with the problems when we are falling in love with another person. But the educated employee boy can, even if he is a homosexual boy, he can be dominant accordance with his husband. Okay. And the 40% probability is that the homosexual boy would like the dominant boy. Dominant educated boy. Okay, but what about the straight romance? Well, as a straight romance is that as a 100% chance probability would be that. I mean that here is an absolute possibility that the educated boy cannot get any girlfriends because the girl in a romance, the girl wish a husband who has low IQ than the girl. Well, and here is problems when and as an effect when the girl can have 6 boyfriends in 6 relationships, the dumb first boyfriend would not disagree with her. It is not a problem even for the dumb boyfriend. Even her girlfriend is disloyal to him. Okay. the girl meet the educated boy I have mentioned. Well, the educated employer boy has a solution, every solution of his problems. Well, there he can encounter no problem where he cannot contain solutions. It is the educated employee boy because he spent his 480 months. He spent his 480 months to support the girl. Well, I mean, he spent his 480 months of his employment where his mentality is how his company would stand in a maximum profit with the quality of the company's products. Okay. And now here is the problem, reasonable points that why 90% men are employed in Microsoft, why 90% men are employed in Google, and why 90% men are employed in YouTube. Well, why still we get low quantity of women employment in Facebook, YouTube, even Google and the Microsoft Bing. But irony is that when my brother, when I, as a brother, I can solve the problem, but mathematical problem, but my sister cannot solve the mathematical problems. But both of me and my sister are employed in Microsoft as a software engineers, where I am working that how Microsoft can get net worth of 10 trillion United States dollars, and my sister's mentality is that how Microsoft can be bankrupt. Okay, and as performance both of me and my sisters, when the process of layout would start, when I brother got promoted and my sister is far or forceful design or terminated, well, Khushboo, accordance with Khushboo Patani, I would be Namard if I could not protect my sister from the termination from the Microsoft, where my sister's mentality is how Microsoft Bing can be bankrupt, and my mentality is how Microsoft can stand from the net worth of 1 trillion United States dollar to 100 trillion United States dollars. That is my mentality. Well, and as a process of layout, I promote and my sister can be terminated. Well, accordance with Khushboo Patani, I would be Namard if I brother cannot protect my sister from the termination from Microsoft. Oh, that is the clarifications of Major Khushboo Patani in the points of the topic of all the Namard fish. Okay, and that is problems I can face, and that is a problem for me. Okay, and same as well, and here we can see some points. Well, and here now when I was discussing about Microsoft, now let me say about the physics, because in the points I would like to talk about Tesla. Before the discussions of Tesla, here we can say the points. Well, okay, now here I don't know. Well, okay, now this is what if Khushboo Patani would be the physics students. Now here we can say, what is the question? Question is, how can you depart from Mumbai to arrive to New York when your travel distance is 26,666 kilometers and your car weight is 2,000 kilograms? Now let's see what is the answer of Khushboo Patani. Okay. Accordance with the answer of Khushboo Patani, she has to travel for 18 hours. Her kinetic power would be, here is mentioned with that, 26,114 watt. Okay. Since her car capacity would be 40% and her fuel would be petrol. She know that petrol density is 0.778 kilogram per liter, and the specific heat is 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin, and the temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. Well, the kinetic petrol volume would be 5.5 million liters. Okay. And here is the point we are facing. Okay. Now that is the point that we are facing. Because the point is the very crystal difficult, and perhaps it is impossible problems. We are facing that. Okay. Now here, we know that direct distance from Mumbai to New York, Indian Mumbai to American New York is 12,000 kilometers, but here the travel distance is 26,666 kilometers. That means the route would not be direct. Well, the route would be Dhaka, Bangladesh, China and some of the Venezuela, then return to the United States, and then return to New York. Here 26,606 is Christian reasonable. Okay, but here now we can say what is our topics. Okay. Accordance with Khushboo Patani, well, accordance with Khushboo Patani, here we can say she can travel 26,666 kilometers in 18 hours. Well, and here the kinetic power is 2614 watts. Okay, fine. But here the kinetic petrol, her fuel would be petrol, and the capacity would be 40%. Capability is 40%. And here we can see that okay, well, and here we can see for 40%, the kinetic petrol volume is 5.5 million liters. Okay, that is the physics answer of Khushboo Patani. Okay, and now here, well, and now that is the problem, that why Khushboo Patani, why sister Khushboo Patani cannot be employee of Tesla vehicle car engineer. I mean the Tesla motor engineer. Well, now that is the physics of sister major Khushboo Patani. But now here I would like to talk that what is the physics knowledge of brother Major Gaurav Arya. Okay, and here I can see the points. Well, now it is the topic for it. Well, now let's see the same questions, but now let's see what is the answer of Major Gaurav Arya, brother Major Gaurav Arya in the story. Accordance with the answer of brother Major Gaurav Arya, he have to travel the distance of 26,666 kilometers in 1 minute. Here the kinetic power is 3.3 billion kilowatt. Okay, since the car capability would be 98% and car fuel would be artificial sun, and now here we can say artificial solar specific heat is 15,408 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. Here temperature is 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius. And now here kinetic artificial solar weight is 19.7 into 10 to the power negative, well, 666,666,666 milligrams. Okay, and here, well, now here we can say that how we can say for it. Well, it is probability that uh, Major Gaurav Arya can be motor engineer of Tesla car. Well, and now here would I say some points. So well, verbal Elon Musk can have verbal sisters. Well, verbal sister is well some batchmate girl Elon Musk address as a sister. Okay, here that is the points. Okay, and now we are living in the era where full of artificial intelligence. Well, we are living in era where fuel is of the car is artificial sun. Even the fuel of the space rocket is artificial sun. With the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million 666,000 and 666 milligrams. Well, I mean degrees Celsius. And here now it is the era that we are crossing the conventional Planck temperature because the Planck temperature is almost 10 to the power 28 degrees Celsius, but our fuel is artificial sun with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million 666,000 and 666 degrees Celsius. And here we can say the points. Okay. Now here now we are talking in about the employment in South Asia. It is the factual normal in the South Asia that my sister has no knowledge about the vehicle science. I mean the motor technological science. Well, she does not know that even car fuel would be petrol or something like another fuel. Well, our sisters believe that the fuel of the car would be always petrol. And here, and the irony is that our sister get employed with this type of knowledge. That means she get employment without any education. But we brothers has a proper education that what would be the fuel of our car and what would be the temperature of the fuel of our car and how we can operate the car with the fuel of car as an artificial sun with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius. Yes. We can know it because we men are capable for hard work, but still we cannot get employment with a proper education, while my sister get employment without any education. And now here we can say that is the scenario number 0. And now 1 month later, the 1 year later, well, as a base of performance, my sister got termination letter from Elon Musk in the Tesla company. Well, Elon Musk can do that because he is the chief executive officer of the Tesla company. And now, accordance with Khushboo Patani, what is the performance of my sister that she got termination letter from the Tesla company? The performance of my sister is that, she produced a car where the fuel of car is a petrol, and the fuel of car is a petrol, and the temperature of highest temperature of the fuel petrol is 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now here we can say that she got fired according with termination letters. The petrol car has no demand in the United States of America and neither the entire world. And the point is that, my sister got termination letter. But irony is that, accordance with the clarification of Khushboo Patani in Namard phase, all the Namard phase, the problem is, the irony is that, Khushboo Patani believed I brother would be Namard if I could not protect my sister from the termination letter from the Tesla company. And what is the explanation of Anirudh Acharyaji? The level of skill of my sister in Tesla company, she would contain 6 boyfriends as a 6 living relationship. She would contain 6 boyfriends as a 6 living relationship. Firstly, Major Khushboo Patani say some negative, say that the man disciple of Anirudh Acharya is Namard. Okay. Well, Anirudh Acharya, the man and disciple of Anirudh Acharya is Namard because they cannot protect their motor engineer sister from the termination letter from the Tesla company. Due to performance of this motor engineer sister to produce the petrol-based car who can contains a velocity of 26,666 kilometers in 18 hours. Well, this is this is the performance. Okay. It is scenario number 0. And now I would like to talk about the scenario number 1. Well, now let's talk the scenario number 1. Well, the scenario number 1 is like that. Okay. And the scenario number 1 is like that. Here we can say, well, both of me and my sister are employed as a motor engineer in Tesla company. Okay. Well, my mentality is like that. Well, I would produce a car where the fuel would be artificial sun with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius. Okay. And the velocity would be 26,666 kilometers per minute. And as a motor engineer, hence as a motor engineer, I brother can get a trust that with my performance, it doesn't matter if I get promoted or demoted or have a terminate, it doesn't matter, but I have a trust that with my performance, my owner company Tesla car can get highest maximum profits with the quality of the car that I have mentioned. And the quality of cars, here we can say, Elon Musk got a trust that he can research on SpaceX company on the project of mission Mars with a car. It is the help my producing car project. My car project is helpful for my Tesla owner Elon Musk mission Mars project. And hence, when the process of layoff would be started, it is 33% probability that I can get promoted. And it is the points. Well, on the other hand, my sister contains a point. My sister mindset that she want to produce a car where fuel would be petrol with the highest temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. Well, and the velocity is 26,666 kilometers, but at per 18 hours. Okay, and here I lose my hope. Okay, and here are the points. Because of my sister as a motor engineer, the car business of Tesla company would be some thing like disturbed or feeling the highest level of anxiety. As an effect, in the process of layout, the absolute possibility is that my sister would be terminated. But okay. Well, according with the points of Anirudh Acharya ji, when my sister got employed as without any education of physics in Tesla company, she would live a fantasy life. She would think that she can live stay with 6 boyfriends in 6 living relationship. And when I brother got employed with high physics educations in a Tesla company, my focus would be that how can I develop the quality of car, hence that my owner Tesla company would get the maximum profit. Well, and it is the probability that I would not get any single girlfriend. Even if I am a gay, 75% chances that I would not get any single boyfriend. Now, multi-living relationship is multi-living relationship is not possible for me. Okay, I brother can be holy, but my sister is not holy. It is the explanation of Anirudh Acharya. But what is the explanation of Khushboo Patani as a clarification on all the Namard faiths? That is like that. Well, Khushboo, when my sister got terminated, well, it doesn't matter for my sister even if I got terminated or highly promoted. But when my sister is getting terminated from the Tesla, well, if I cannot protect my sister from getting termination letter from the Tesla, I brother am Namard. It is the explanations of Khushboo Patani. it is the explanation of Khushboo Patani, and that is problematic for me. Okay, when that is problematic for me, and it is the points that how I can feel problematic from it. Okay, and now here we can say here as my times I got as I got here as my time. Well, when Khushboo Patani, it is the it doesn't matter. Khushboo Patani is our daughter is our sister is skillful or skillless. If I brother cannot protect my sister from the termination from letter from Tesla, I am Namard. It is the explanation of Khushboo Patani. Okay, dear lovely brothers, I mean the dear lovely siblings. Well, would you expect it that we would be proud to be Namard? Well, as a clarification of Khushboo Patani on the all the Namard face, I am feeling like that we brother would be proud to be Namard, that we would not protect our sisters. Termination letter from from the termination letter from Tesla and from Microsoft, and that is the points we are facing. And here here are the points. And now let's talking about the Khushboo Patani. And now let's say the real points. I think we would be back on the points as fathers and daughters points. We will talk to later. Talking in the next live stream, our topic would be like, our topic father and daughter. Okay, see you then. I'm feeling backache. Well, see you then. Khuda Hafiz. Love you. Okay.